My name is Linda Buchan and this is my story. I got home late one night, it was freezing, so I went to my room, turned my heater on. Obviously the room heated up quite a bit, and so I flicked my June off my body, and I think that fell onto the heater, which then, I'm not sure, it just triggered something in the heater, and just from that, just caught a light. My whole Junior and bedding went up, and then my room was just alight. And then I got out of my room, but once I entered the hallway, the smoke was just too thick, and I ended up collapsing in the hallway. My sister was actually staying with me for the night, and I believe once I got out of my room, I was going to her room, but that's when I collapsed on the way to her room. My friend came up the stairs, he got me out, and then he went back in to get my sister Kim, but the smoke at that stage was just too thick, and unfortunately he couldn't get to her in time. I believe the fireman then came up and got her out, but it was just too late. I suffered from hypoxic brain injury during the fire. I think that resulted from lack of oxygen to the brain and also smoke inhalation. The combination of the two just, yeah, it's just affected me. After the fire, my injuries were quite severe. So after in rehab, I had to learn how to walk again. I was in a wheelchair for a number of months, unable to walk. I had to relearn to eat, to swallow, to eat, to drink. I couldn't go to the bathroom by myself, showering. I couldn't do anything for myself. I was like a big baby in an adult's body. I have injuries now where my balance has been affected, my speech, my eyesight, and also my fine motor control skills. I also had third degree burns on my leg, full thickness. So the treatment for the burns was to have skin grafts to minimise the scarring, and also for them to heal. I've also had my toes amputated, which makes balancing a bit tricky. The treatment of my burns after the fire was the most painful thing ever, because what they do is they dress your burns every second day, and so they dress them with like mesh and like quite a lot of ointment, and they bandage them all up. But within those 2 days, my skin would heal, and my skin would grow over the mesh, and then every second day they had to take the mesh off and start again. So it was like ripping a massive band-aid off my entire legs every second day. It didn't tickle. When I got out of rehab, I couldn't walk to the end of the driveway without assistance, so I gradually just built that up and walked to like the neighbour's house, and then 2 houses down, and then so on. But then I started venturing like around the block, and I'd be walking along, and cars would stop, wind down the window, and say, "Excuse me, could I drive you somewhere? You seem like you're in pain, or you're struggling," and I'd say, "Oh no, thanks. I'm just out for my walk." But the questions would then come, and I'd explain what had happened and explain the whole situation. And one morning I got up and was just walking, and I heard footsteps behind me, and then I hear this voice, and she said, "You're the reason I got out of bed this morning and went for a walk, because I knew," she said, "I knew I'd see you, and she said, if you can do it, then I can get out of bed too." This accident just changed my life completely, and my parents and my immediate family and my extended family. Now I just really want to give back to the community. When I see those news stories, I think to myself, I just think, I understand what they're going through. And I think if they'd only had some like smoke detector or some warning that was in place, that they could have gotten out of the house and just save their own lives or save their children's lives. Just fit a smoke alarm and make sure every year you change the batteries or hook it up wire it into your house, or just please make sure you just change the batteries every year. Taking care of maintaining your smoke alarms, just make sure they're all up to date, everything's in order. It could save your life.